What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Sunday, the 9th of May, 2021. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. You guys are awesome. As always, the first link below will take you over to the Patreon post. That's where you can find all this week's madness. And I got plenty of it. I mean, it's a packed report. Let's just jump right into it. I have never seen so many bodies. India reports record number of COVID deaths. Oh my God, the lockdowns are looming again. World heading into very dark period. World Health Organization warns as India breaks COVID death. Very dark period. I'm telling you, wait till this stuff comes. Well, I've already said all this. Biden says people unwilling to get the COVID vaccine are lazy and will cause others to die. Oh, really, Joe? President Trump comes out and tells OAN that he is the father of the vaccine. Okay, well, Trump people, please comment. Sir Elton John and all these other people are the latest to do adverts telling people to get the jab. It's okay. Well, all you celebrities, this is what you're pushing. France investigates new possible side effects. Pfizer. How does, let's see, inflammation of the heart muscle sound to you? Put a link to that. This woman, she got the vaccine, died from complications after receiving the J&J family says. Put a link to that. Tucker Carlson, I was shocked to see this. How many Americans have died taking the COVID vaccine? A Fox News piece. I'm sure these are crazy conspiracy people, unproven nonsense. Canada authorizes Pfizer vaccine for children aged 12 to 15. Same thing coming in the United States next week. FDA preparing to authorize Pfizer COVID vaccine for 12 to 15-year-olds as early as next week. And Joe Biden. Meanwhile, look, we warned about this from the beginning. Ever since I've been on YouTube anyway. What is the ultimate outcome of all this? Population control. Bill Gates said it himself at TED Talk. Yes, he did. If we do a really good job with vaccines, we can get the population down. Well, look at this. U.S. birth rate sees largest single-year drop in nearly 50 years. You don't say. And I got one more in Joe Biden news this week. Joe Biden struggles to read teleprompter during COVID speech, tells Americans to visit vaccines.gov.org.com to continue following CCD guidance. You just watch, people. Mark my words. You're going to hear stories about birth defects and lost pregnancies and sterilized men. But keep in mind, I'm only a crazy conspiracy theorist. Over to financial news. How major U.S. stock indexes... I got the prediction right this week. Look at this. The Dow Jones rose 229 on Friday. It closed the week at 34,777,776. I'll put a link to this. For the week, the Dow was up over 900 points. And it doesn't make sense because April's expected job boom goes bust. Payroll gains, but Biden uses it and never let a good crisis go to waste. Sees his disappointing job numbers to make the case for $4 trillion more. Why not spend it up? Another round of stimulus coming? I don't know. Look at this. A record 34% of all household income is now comes from the U.S. government. 34% of household income comes from the government. Think about this, folks. This is stuff we warned about years that Charlie McGrath turned over in his grave. Rest in peace. Anyway, I got some more news. Biden says anyone making less than $400,000 a year will not pay a single penny in taxes. Yes, he did say that. We're going to hold you to that, Joe. New York Post puts this out. Chicken shortage, be advised. U.S. blamed on pandemic and fried sandwich craze. Indeed, you go down to a chicken place in my neighborhood. I mean, it's around the block. Put a link to that. U.S. launching 5 digital dollar pilot programs. Did you slaves think you were going to get around taxes? Cryptocurrency investors should be prepared to lose all their money. Bank of England governor, of course he does. Can't regulate it, so we're going to build our own and push everyone out. You know, New World Order and such. China's Big Brother social credit system now tracks people in North America with video surveillance. Be advised. Bill and Melinda Gates, did you hear this news? They're getting divorced. I thought they were on the same page with everything. Apparently, it's going to be a $130 billion split with no prenuptial agreement. Pfizer reps, look at this. I'm sure he's got some of the vaccine money, though. Pfizer reaps hundreds of millions of dollars, and none of this. Do you notice how all the shots are free? Go to get this is all U.S. taxpayer money. Yes, you're paying for this. I'll put a link to it. In fact, that's why the Pfizer chief says it's likely we need annual we got to keep the money rolling in for years and years and years. I mean, you got to give it to the New World Order. It is absolutely genius what they've been able to pull off. This is the greatest robbery in American history put together with this. I can't say too much on YouTube. Anyway, over to New World Order and Police State News. This is where I stop and ask you to share this video. Like this video. Send this video out. This important shit here people need to know about. This community up in, where is this, in Ohio? Yeah, Ohio, they're requiring all of their employees to get if you want to work for the city, you got to get the jab. You're going to see so much more of that. Governor Whitmer declares entire state of Michigan to be vaccine prison camp, obey lockdowns forever. I'll put a link to this from Natural News. Australians returning from India could face 5 years in jail if you don't do things X, Y, and Z. Meanwhile, do you know what DARPA is up to? They are creating a government, it's not a government tracking microchip, they say, but rather a tissue-like gel engineered to constantly test your blood. That's what's going on over at DARPA. It's going to be implantable, folks. I mean, everything we've said all these years, it's right. You can't deny it anymore. Where are the people, the naysayers? Google-backed RAND report recommends infiltrating and subverting online conspiracy groups from within. This has already happened. I mean, they're all over the place. Biden team may partner with private firm to monitor extremist chatter online. Oh no! Better watch what you say even more. And did you notice? LiveLeak has been shut down and replaced by some bullcrap video sharing site after 15 years online. In my opinion, this is another attack on free flow. I mean, LiveLeak is LiveLeak. Everybody knows LiveLeak. And that's where all my best trolls are now. And now what's going to happen? This is kind of upsetting to me. All the government trolls are on LiveLeak. USA Today, browsing books can lead to extremism. Of course, they take LiveLeak away. Now they don't want you to read books. Says USA Today, it may lead to extremism if you read books. People, we are living in Nazi Germany times. I mean, Derek Cliven, we got an update on the Cliven. I'm sorry I'm losing my voice. His attorney filed for a motion for a new trial because he's going to get it too. Prepared for this crap to be overturned and new trial and all this because look at this. BLM activist sat on Cliven jury after claiming he could be impartial. No, you can't. This is the textbook definition of a mistrial. I'll put a link to it. Prepare yourselves. I got a couple more on the immigration front. Fox Business host shares her experience going undercover in a migrant facility. Meanwhile, the DHS they're not concerned about the borders at all. Their highest priority is to help migrant families. Over to World War III news, and I got to speed this up because it feels like I'm taking so much time. I got a ton more news to give you. It's just unbelievable to me to watch this play out exactly how we said it would. Anyway, Russian troops mass near Ukraine. The U.S. military lands an army brigade. I'll put a link to this more. Biden executive order strips Americans of their rights if they directly or indirectly aid Russia. You better not be indirectly aiding Russia over there. State Department denies report of Iran prisoner swap for $7 billion. However, I got another link here. U.S. weighs unfreezing $1 billion in Iran. Well, why not? Obama flew him a nice big airplane full of cash. Why don't you unfreeze their funds? I mean, come on. Iran nuclear power, a peace but nightmare for Israel. I'll put a link to this. They got a write-up on the JR Post. North Korea news has much to consider when and if it talks resume. Listen, Joe Biden, get this through your head. He already said, bring back Orange Man with hot wife, okay? He doesn't want to deal with you. He's not going to do you have the balls to go meet him in the DMZ like Donald Trump did? I don't think you do, Joe. South Korean opposition politician meets with U.S. North Korean rights activists. Put a link to this. North and South uniting? I don't know. That was predicted in the one of those video game trailers, was it not? Belgium suffers major cyber attack. Not sure if it's World War III related, but I put it in the bin. Thank goodness we're out. Italy urgently demands $140 billion from the EU. In desperate plea. Man in his 40s pinned down, raped near. This happened over in the UK somewhere. How's those open borders working out for you? I think that was the point of that story. And you back home in the United States, U.S.-Mexico efforts targeting drug cartels have unraveled, top DEA official says. Oh no, and I got one more. Our U.S. military isn't concerned with all that. They're more concerned. Joint Chiefs of Staff calls for a truly inclusive, more diverse military. Over to Earth changes in 2012 news now. I got the earthquake set up for 6 points and above for the past week. I only have 2. I thought I had more alerts this week. On May 7, we had a 6. On May 7, we had a 6-1. That's it. I think this thing's not. I know I got more alerts through the week. Anyway, I'll put a link to the recap data. I don't know if this was earthquake related, but made me think of what's the guy that did the Marshall Masters Painted Rust, the Planet X series. Elevated section of Mexico City metro collapse, killing 23 people. Was it Painted Rust? I don't know. Put a link to it. Low-level seismic activity from Planet X. Yes, I'm a believer. Deal with it. Something fishy happening down in Miami as thousands of koi suddenly die. Be advised, dead fish. Genetically modified mosquitoes also released in the Florida Keys to fight illness. Okay. Trillions of cicadas, be advised. We've been warning about this for months. They're about to emerge after there's going to be cicadas everywhere. It's going to be doom. They're going to be eating your brain. More move over Marine Corps. AOC is now pushing for 1.5 million strong climate corps. Climate Corpse. You know, show up to did you pay your carbon tax? Put a link to that. Make sure you got a flue liner in your chimney and all that kind of stuff. DailyMail.com, mushrooms on Mars. Scientists claim to have found evidence of fungi. Yes, please get me off this planet. I'll go live with the mushrooms. Back here on Earth, the marine fossils discovered on top of Mount Everest could be proof of the Great Flood. Put a link to that. May 5, Daily Mail. Out of control. Be advised. At the moment that I'm shooting this video, this rocket has not come down yet, but I'm going to be in video editing for hours. So by the time you see this rocket may have smashed down. 21-ton Chinese rocket falling to Earth, out of control. Everybody's aware of it. NASA asteroid simulation ends an unavoidable disaster for Earth. Well, that sucks. Put a link to that. I got a couple more. Kamala Harris will save us. She's going to spearhead the National Space Council. That makes sense. And I got one more. Americans are fleeing major cities in droves. Oh no! Over to strange and bizarre news. I'll warn you, there's some strange news this week. In the name of equality, California will discourage students who are gifted at math. Yes, why should you use your ability if you have a gift? Because, you know, everyone's got to be equal. I cannot believe this. It truly is idiocracy. Put a link to this. Caitlyn Jenner labeled anti-trans. What? After saying trans girls shouldn't compete in females. I find myself in agreement with Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, the universe is upside down. The moon done tipped over. Armed suspect dies after being shot outside. You can't be attacking the CIA. How do you think that's going to end? Fox Mania. The Capitol attackers are blaming Fox News in court for their radicalization. I'm sorry for my language, but you bunch of pussies. I can't believe, Fox News made me do it. You did it because it was the right thing to do, and you know it in your heart. Ugh. Contractors looking for bamboo and ballots after unconfirmed claim they were shipped in from 8. Now they're looking for bamboo in the ballots. AOC. Classic stuff here. You got to check it out. She proclaimed herself a Planned Parenthood bitch. She said, guess what? She is the result of an unplanned pregnancy. She said it herself. I'll put a link to the interview. You're always going to be a Mexican. This lady was pissed off. She didn't want a traffic ticket, so listen to what she says to this cop.
It's on the citation, man.
Here you go, Mexican racist.
She's just all upset. I'll put a link. She's just filled in. This guy right here, Ukraine man, snaps because his wife got assaulted. He goes into the store with a hatchet and starts breaking up the store. I'll kill this store. I'll put a link to this madness. The unhinged beta male harasses pregnant woman at grocery store. You gotta. I'm not gonna play it because it will enrage me. If I was standing there and I saw what this man did to this woman, I would put his ass on his back. I'm just saying. I should just avoid the grocery store. Black man confronts white woman for blocking his street. Things go off the rails. Language warning. I gotta play a second of it.
But you're really from Arkansas.
I walked all the way over here.
Why weren't we notified you were gonna shut our street down?
Hang on now.
I pay more property tax than anybody here.
Wait for it.
I can't get through here. It's a one-way, sweetie. Yeah, I know you're fucking sentiment.
Then go around.
So now we can get straight to it, ho. Let's get straight to it, ho.
You know, I was on her side for a minute, but you got to stick around. I'm not going to show you what happens because I don't know if I could get away with it on YouTube. You got to stick around to the end. I'll put a link to the video. Check it out. Another mass brawl breaks out at Miami International Airport. Weaves go flying. Woman, what? Weaves? They took it to weave? You shouldn't get in a brawl if you got like extra long weave. It's just you give your enemy something. Look at this hair. You give your enemy something to grab. They're gonna grab it. And one more woman burns her house down, sits in lawn chair and watches it. And the commentator's a little too happy to. I guess maybe she's trying to get rid of some tenants. But okay, the house is burning. She's sitting in the yard watching it, right? This is truly a moment like, I'm going to set the building on fire. I'll put a link to it. And apparently there's people living in it because they come crawling out the bottom windows. Hang on. Here, the guy, now he sees people trying to get out the windows.
Hurry!
So I can only speculate that she's trying to evict some tenants. I'll put a link to the whole video. It's crazy. For all other news, please check out my favorite videos. Crazy store owner hits guy. Oh, you got to check it. This, I heard the bottle actually say ouch on that one. White racist, all this stuff going on. Mark Dice's guy. Thank you to everybody who continues to put out content. You guys are doing awesome work. Definitely check out my favorite. This is some good stuff over there. I got a couple shout outs this week. Shout out to the Florida governor. Florida passes bill banning proof of COVID-19 vaccine for students. I like it. And I got another shout out to him actually. To sign bill banning social media deplatforming, shadow banning, and since. You know, I appreciate the effort, but I don't think that one's going to go anywhere because these websites, unfortunately, they don't have to adhere to, you know, But, you know, I appreciate his effort. I truly do. And I got one more shout out. Shout out to this. Can I just play this for you? I know this has been a long report, but this is just awesome stuff right here.
Got it.
Your Honor,
Sure,
in light of what's
shout out to
happening
this
in
judge.
country, with unarmed black men being killed by police,
Don't
Don't
hand me
give me
that.
that.
Don't hand
him
me
running
that.
from
Wait,
shots being
don't
fired
even go
is a
down that
very
road.
reasonable
I'm not going to let you
response.
go down that
That's
road. That
racist.
is so off base. We've got a young man. I don't care what color he is. He's in a neighborhood he doesn't live in at 1:41 in the morning, hiding on under somebody's dock in the water with a holster on after a police officer had a shot taken at him. Don't hand me this. He's a black man running from police brutality. Look, that is not appropriate in this case. That's not there. I'm not going to let you poison this case with bringing in something that has no...
Shout out to that judge for keeping it real. I mean, tell me your thoughts. That's all I got for this week, guys. If you'd like to report, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you think it sucked, it's the worst of YouTube. You never want to see again, please rate it. It helps me move around. You can also follow me on BitChute, Gab, Twitter, Facebook. All my links are at the bottom. You could support me on Patreon or directly with PayPal. I put a lot into these reports. I definitely appreciate any support. And this week, I'm sorry to go on for so long. It's just a packed report. What do you want me to tell you? It's madness everywhere. I mean, pick a story. Tell me what you think about any of it. And where's this rocket gonna land? You know, more forced vaccines, and watch what's going on in India. That's coming here. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be a hot summer. You know, it was definitely a dark winter. I mean, your thoughts on all this madness? You guys take care, stay safe, remain vigilant, and be ready for anything at any time, because it could pop off that quick. I love you guys. I will see you on the next one.